Warning, the following contains material that may be too disturbing to some people. Descriptions of violence, mature situations, and adult themes. This is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. I leapt headfirst into the black, searching for answers. I found only more questions. My memories fade with each step. I feel a weight. It's so heavy. I find nothing. And here in darkness, I awaken for the first time. My skin is on fire. My lungs ache for air. My body's too weak to stand. To fight back. The pain pierces every thought. Death would be a kindness that I do not deserve. Let me die broken. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Broken, episode 54, I think. Yeah, 54.
Yes.
How's everybody doing this week? You guys all doing okay?
So far, so
Quite
good.
tired, but otherwise okay.
Yep.
I am also tired.
Well, Disrupt, if you'd eat the chocolate like I keep telling you to, maybe you'd feel a little bit.
I will do nothing for the tireds.
You still have to eat a pound of chocolate to get me on that couch of yours.
I never said it would be all at one time.
I am so I'm so tired and out of sorts that I forgot to do the social media posts. So I'm doing that now. So I need you guys to like vamp or something for a second. Everybody talk. Do your things. What's going on with the chocolate? Where are you guys gonna get chocolate in Nibiru? That's
Yeah.
Nineveh has chocolate.
yeah, I guess Nineveh does, but
yeah,
Nineveh's
that's also where the couch is.
Fair. Yeah.
Not without thorough sanitization.
Dirty couch.
Why y'all always gotta hate on the couch, though?
I
haven't hated on the couch.
You have implied that things have happened on that couch.
You act like you can't clean furniture.
Things have happened on
Have
every couch.
you
Let's be real.
cleaned furniture? Has Dink cleaned the couch?
Obviously.
You don't know if that couch has been cleaned since the last time unspeakable things have happened on said couch.
Well, speaking of unthinkable things happening on couches, you guys can see that for yourself in the Discord. It is free. It is public.
I hope they can't
Not
see
that
that on
type
the
of channel.
Discord.
It's not that type of channel. There's no couches in
I
there,
mean,
but there is.
we did get an Enigma pin up. That was nice.
There is chaos memes, and you can ask lore questions and harass the players and stuff. Now there's officially a couch meme, so go get after it, folks. Well, cool. You can also head over if you want to see that pinup or other arts. You can head over to twitter.com/sketching space or x.com if you don't remember what Twitter is. Here's the links for that. And say hi to Gerblin while you're over there and give a follow. You can also head over to Instagram, TikTok, Coffee, and x.com/Ace of Wands Designs. I think on X it's Ace of Wands 01. I don't have this set up for broken yet, so let me do it now. 01. Boom. There, now the new Twitter page is there for broken as well. And say hey to Joanne, and you can see Joanne on Monday game, which we did not have this week. What else? Is there anything else I need to shout out? You can find me around the internet. You know, Ramblin Man TV everywhere. If you're watching this, you know. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, all the links in the description below. So, why don't we do that thing where we go around, we have everyone introduce themselves, their character. We'll see some new art for a couple of you guys. And then we'll talk about where things are going, where you guys are at in the game. And then we'll jump in. Sound good, everybody? There's multiple couch memes, guys. All the couch. There's a cat in there. There's a cat in there the whole time. Cats are liquid. All right.
You're just now discovering this?
All right. Every couch comes with a cat somewhere inside of it. We'll start with you, Dank. How are things?
Things are good. You know, we found Epsilon, and that was kind of hit and miss at first. Everything seemed kind of weird there, but you know, nice to have a potential ally. Thanks to Epsilon, we found out about the cultists, got like irrefutable proof of cult activity. So we're gonna get the bruhs and hopefully prevent some horrible things from happening on this ship. It's almost like I'm doing my normal job again.
And done.
Right on. Right on.
Now, if you would just have the stats to match.
We'll get there.
That's
Got
scary.
a lot of memory points tonight.
Oh god.
Oh man, I just got a really funny idea, and I can't wait to do it. All right. It's not bad. It's not bad for you guys. It's really not bad or good. It's just a funny thing. Cool. Well, best of luck, Dank. You always seem to fall into the role of good guy, soldier guy. And I'm sure it will all go well, as it usually does. And hopefully just don't open any doors.
Right? Somebody else is opening the door this time.
All right. Well, up next, we've got Gerblin playing Enigma for you guys. How are you, Gerbs?
All right. Enigma, yeah. Some went down. Oops, we're not 10 minutes in. Oh well, that's fine.
We're 9 minutes. We're
We've already
9
been cussing.
minutes.
It's fine.
So close. Oh well. Oops.
Me and Dink have already cussed. You're good.
I did
That's
too.
fair.
I said,
9.5 minutes. You got 30,
It's
20,
fine. It's
20
fine.
seconds. All right.
I cussed like 5
Alright.
minutes in, so you have fun with that.
Yeah, but some stuff went down. Enigma and Narsissa kind of got in a little spat, and yeah, there's conversations
Kinda?
that need to be had.
Little?
You know,
You're so
It's fine,
nice
it's
to
fine.
her. Why?
I legit like head booped this bitch. Like, come on, it's fine.
There we go.
So that'll be interesting to deal with later on with those conversations and what they've already kind of talked about. So we'll see how that plays out, and you know, Epsilon should be interesting to have around now too. So yeah, that's kind of where they're at.
Right on. Right on. Thank you, Gerblin. Up next, we've got Caitlin playing Liz for you guys with some new art. How are you doing, Caitlin?
Doing pretty good. So Liz's big part in the last session was trying to communicate with the AI that we had originally found. And due to finding the tablet and listening to the code, Dink was able to piece 2 and 2 together and call out the word Epsilon, and in which case all AI practically retreated. By retreat, I mean they were no longer trying to pin us to whatever they could. And now we get to deal with cultists.
That you do. That you do. Congratulations. You won cultists. Cool. Well, thank you, Caitlin. Up next, we've got Maury playing Narsissa for you guys. How are you doing, Maury?
Well, I have a new pet that I didn't expect to have. Epsilon's sitting in the stab checker now.
Yeah. I think, did everybody end up opening their data storage and their stab tracker for Epsilon?
They allowed
Yeah.
Epsilon in. They allowed Epsilon in, but I'm the one who told Epsilon to make a permanent home.
Oh, right. So you're like Prime, Epsilon Prime.
Yeah, I got the prime.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
So now I also don't have, at least like program wise, I don't have access to my jammer anymore.
You guys, just so you
Scrambler
know,
jammer, whatever it was.
with your yearly member of Epsilon Prime, you get a free Twitch sub that you can use on your favorite Twitch streamer.
I have been subbed for 28 months now. Do somebody else. Try somebody else.
Oh, that's Amazon Prime. That's my bad. All right. Cool. So Epsilon's like takes up a lot of data, and yeah, you got the Prime version of it in your stab tracker. It's also in the ship, and it's kind of in all these electronic systems on the ship. It sounds like that could cause some problems. Things like overloading the ship's systems, but it seems to have everything in control for the time being. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
It
you.
is a baby AI, so I mean, foreseeable issues are likely to happen. And also since we're about to do stuff, 90% sure about to cause Enigma more stress.
Right on.
That freaking tracks.
You
Right.
love me.
Right on.
Debatable.
Well, thank you, Lori. And last but not least, we've got Zach playing Disrupt. How are you, Zach?
Plotting things, but we will not talk about that.
Okay. All right, right on. Okay. Well, yeah. So, last we left off, you guys got this AI working with you. You found him in the warehouse or the storage bay, basically. And yeah, you sort of come to a arrangement with it. With its code word. You found out that it had been at some point spying on a program called what was it, Akashic Records, Project Akashic Records. And it was made to gather information on that. And at some point, it's got sent here. Somehow was put into this tablet, which was activated with the presence of you guys being vagabonds and sort of unleashed. It took defensive measures, trying to protect itself, assuming that someone had discovered it, because it was still following orders from its previous assignment. But you guys were able to sort of kind of deactivate its defensive protocols, at least against you, and kind of like calm it down, as it were. Good job. So I think that's where we left off. Is with that. So the question is, how do we want to pick up today? I know right before we started, I was asking some of you guys you wanted to pick up with you guys taking care of this cult thing, and it sounded like that was what you guys wanted to do. However, I wanted to give you guys a chance to like plan something out. If
I do think that before session ended that Dank did specify that he reached out to the captain.
right, you guys sent the data about the cult activity.
The cultist.
Yeah.
It was an audio file.
Yeah, it was like a recording of them talking or something.
Yep.
And you also know where they meet. You had acquired that earlier. You had
literally right underneath us.
Yeah. So there's that. Interesting. So I guess how did you guys want to handle the cultist thing, if that's what you want to do? Now, since you've sent the data to the captain, like I said, I was saying before, I think maybe this is just Dank and Maury I was talking to. I don't know if everyone was here for this, but I was saying you could have just leave it to the captain's folks to deal with, or you guys could be a part of that, taking down the cultists, basically. However you want to do that, it's up to you guys.
I would like to help bring them down.
Sure.
What do
So-
you mean?
How
This would be
we
part of that team.
are you really asking for permission?
It's more of a it would probably be more of a Narsissa would probably start to join, and more of a would Enigma like haul Narsissa's ass back.
So yeah, I mean, do you guys all want to be a part of that, or we just want to send the fighters on that? Like, what's the game plan there?
I mean, what do you guys want to do?
Oh
Um,
God.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'm good either way.
We could wait for backup and then storm it with the captain and his people.
That's what yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
So that way everyone is on the same page of what we want to do.
Right. I guess we'll radio the captain and secure the perimeter of the container so nobody can get in and out until we get our backup here.
What in the world is going on with Roll20? It doesn't want to load dynamic lighting. I can turn the dynamic lighting off. It doesn't really matter. Rejoin as player. Sorry. Roll20 is being a little weird.
Fuck Roll20.
There we go. I just had to turn off dynamic lighting. It didn't want to load it for some reason. It was like can't load page because dynamic lighting. Which I thought was kind of strange, but dash okay, I guess. That's what it wants to do. All right. So yeah, you guys were here in this storage bay area. The entrance to the cult's quarters is in here. So you guys want to like radio the captain and cover the bin, make sure nobody tries to leave and wait for backup. That's the idea.
Yes.
Right.
Where are the rest of the AI?
I disappeared them, assuming that they've gone back to their containers or
Okay.
the drones reattached to the wall above the entrance down here.
All right, cool. Thanks. Just want to make sure that they weren't like out presently, because if they were, we would have had to somehow deal with that with the captain and other people coming in.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I think, let's see here. Let's see if we can't get some of the captain's people in here. They're going to be on this page.
While they're waiting, Narsissa is going to look at Enigma and like a little sarcastically be like, so do I get to fight or do I have to wait?
I gotta update your tokens on this page too, actually.
Enigma just sort of shrugs and says, no unnecessary risks.
Disrupt? They're taking all the fun.
I've literally watched a certain someone almost kill someone with office supplies. I'm more scared of her than I am of you.
She's just gonna look at Enigma and be like, I do what?
Yeah, they just kind of give you a look and don't actually respond verbally.
That tracks.
who?
You know who.
Narsissa just... It's this big grin on her face. I would hope it was justified.
She certainly felt it was. Don't know that I personally would have gone that far, but other versions of me probably would have.
What are you guys talking about? Gone that far? What?
Oh, they're laying down lore implications. Lore implications that I have just or completely picked up. Don't worry.
I didn't. I was working on things. What was the implication?
Enigma was talking about how they watched somebody almost get murdered with office supplies.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, 3 people walk in to the storage bay as the door unlocks.
Is this some kind of joke?
2 robots and a captain of a ship walk into a storage bay. The
third human ducks.
So yeah, you get two AI and the captain himself walk in with weapons. The captain looks to you guys.
Terminator and not Terminator.
Yeah, you get both Terminator and not Terminator.
Oh shit!
And I have their names.
What does the captain think of the other person with us?
Dreyu, Zelb, and Shara.
Yeah.
No, Terminator and not Terminator. The entire gamut of robots.
Zleb.
Yes.
Here, I'll mark them. I'll mark them for you.
But just so that way I can prove that I have been taking my notes again. I do have their names. I'm just refusing to use them.
I don't know their names, and if I did, I would not use it on purpose.
Yeah, Narsissa did look at them and be like, "Oh, look, Terminator, not Terminator, right here."
Yeah, the captain stops and they get to the edge of the barrier, and he looks up and sees the strange woman standing on top of the thing, and he says, "Who's she?"
With us.
Don't worry about it. All is well.
Yeah, he says, if there's a stowaway, I need to know about it.
With us.
Yeah, he shrugs.
Look, you're in here for a reason. You're in here for a reason. Let's get this shit done.
Yeah, make a persuasion roll. Try to convince him. See how convincing you are.
I gotta pull up my
Narsissa's gonna gesture to Barum to come down to her and Enigma.
I do have my Celsius today. There you go. Celsius sponsorship, please. Holy
bingo!
Crap. Holy
there
crap.
You go!
Wow.
He's super. It's like, okay, let's go.
I also appreciate the symmetry there.
Yeah.
4-2, 4-2, 4-2.
Fair enough. So yeah, he's like he nods and he's like, fair enough. One problem at a time. So where is this? Where are they at?
Right in there. She's gonna point.
Narsissa kicks at a crate.
Yeah. So he walks over to the crate, and he says he kind of puts a hand on it, like he's inspecting it, and he says, "Looks like the entryway is here." He points to this side of it. And he says, "Do you know how many? What's the best plan of action here?"
Looks at Dink because he had the audio thing.
Well, I'd say the best plan of action would be to ensure that there aren't any additional escape routes from this entrance. Make sure we've got all our bases covered here. Breach, disorient anything that's in the first lobby, continue moving forward, breaching and clearing until we've got all of the inhabitants or cultists contained and restrained. Just breach and clear, standard procedure.
And if they fire back,
Great, we killed him.
Use non-lethal means. We don't want to potentially injure people here. We'd like to try and keep everybody alive so they can properly be, tried for their crimes.
yeah, he looks at your weapon and he says, "Do you have a stun setting on that thing?"
I have non-lethal ammunition.
Yeah, he makes a face. He says, and he kind of nods. He says, "All right, fair enough." He holds up his gun, pushes a button on the side of it, and the gun like hums slightly.
Got enough to share?
I look down at my heavy machine gun and then look at his weapon, which seems a lot less hurtful. Do you maybe think I could use one of those instead on second thought?
He gives it consideration.
I'll return it immediately after the operation.
Make a persuasion roll.
Sure. One sec here. Does B-side Dank have persuasion? Yeah, I do. Sweet. Ba, 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 ba. 2.
Yeah, he nods, and he points back towards the entrance, and he says, "Person at the desk should be able to set you up with one."
All right, hold down the fort. I'll be right back. I jog off towards the front desk to go and acquire one.
Want me to join you?
Yeah, sure. I mean, anybody who isn't properly armed for this really should be.
Narsissa will follow.
Yeah, he says, "Standard pulse rifle, just..." And you guys have already like walked off.
Narsissa's giving him like a thumbs up as they jog off.
One of you can use my gun if you need it. She's gonna look at Enigma and Dis.
I think I can manage hand to hand if needed.
And I'm just going to hide behind this one.
All right,
Yeah,
Grandpa.
I got you.
Are you hiding behind
This is why I want
Enigma
to get a
or
pulse rifle.
Liz?
Yes, points at Enigma.
All right. So you guys are gonna here. Let me get my freehand thingy out. Let me make it a bright color. You can see a little bit better. So you guys are gonna be going into the. Holy cow, it's taking a bullet. There we go. So you guys are going to be going into the thing this way. It's basically, that's where the door is. It's between that line and this line. That's kind of where the door is. And it goes in that direction. So if you guys wanted to position to get ready, you can. You can move around in position. Here, I'll delete those. Oop. Oh.
What are you do? Oh, okay. I'll either be first or second. It doesn't matter.
Sure. Yeah, you get you get a sound on your that plays on your stab tracker.
On mine?
All of yours, yeah. All of
Okay,
yours.
what does it sound like?
It's like a high pitched. It's like a discordant tone, actually. Why don't you make a robotic language check, machine tongue, or whatever it is? It's a special roll for you, I think. Forget how many dice you get.
Yes. I get 3.
2. 3 now?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, you don't know what it says, but you look down and you see like when you look at your stab tracker, you all see it, this on it. It looks like this symbol.
That should be familiar.
Yep. That's our secret friend. I'm gonna click on it, see if it does anything.
Okay. You click on it, and a voice loud enough for anyone near you to hear speaks. I forgot what voice I used for him. Let me see here. I'll just pick one.
Is it safe to speak?
A little bit loud. I'll turn it down.
I have. Okay.
Is it safe to communicate?
Oh, that's the pretty voice.
Pretty voice? It's not the Freddy voice. It's actually not. Oh, you said Freddy. Yeah. I thought you said pretty voice. It's not the Freddy voice. It's a different one. But
You were using for at least one of the animatronics, though.
well, it's a brand new one that they just added. I didn't have it then. It's called Power Armor.
Sounds like it.
I haven't really tested it. You said you don't like it?
No, I said it sounds like it.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he asked if it's safe to communicate right now. Do you say anything?
We want it to how loud is this thing is my first question.
It's loud enough for anyone nearby to hear it.
Does the captain hear it?
Yeah, for sure. Like Izshara, Strayu, and Zleb all kind of turn in your direction when this voice plays out from your stab tracker. They all turn and look at you. Like Izshara is raising an eyebrow. Like he's about to be like, what is that? You have someone else nearby? What are you doing? Are you trying to play it off?
Yeah.
All right.
Just
How are you trying to play it off like it's nothing? Like, what is the game plan here? Are you just gonna be like, try to pretend your stab tracker was just making a random noise, or like what? Or you accidentally played a recording on it or something? Like,
yeah, that I accidentally played a recording from like one of my other bosses from a different mission or whatever.
yeah. So they look over and you're like, you're trying to be like, oh, sorry, that was wrong file. Make a deception roll. If you can.
Now is not the time to be listening to recordings of your partner. We got to be serious about this.
Take a +1. Take a +1 because
Fixing that.
Enigma's helping you.
Okay.
So you can roll an extra dice first, and then if you still fail, then you can talk about re-rolling it. If that's something you want to spend an influence point on, because you did get a major failure. But if you roll another dice and it's a 4, it's not. So that's actually a critical failure, not a major failure. Unless you want to spend an influence point to re-roll it.
I am absolutely spending an influence point because fuck that.
Okay. That's
Not
a lot.
33.
That's way too many dice. All right, so how many dice is it supposed to be? 6? So we'll just take the first 6. So
He does get 1 success in the first 6.
all right, so
Yeah.
success. All right. Jesus Christ.
So many dice.
I'm sorry, that was an accident.
Dank, look at the possibilities.
Yeah. I mean, no matter what I do, I can't get that many dice.
Good. We just have to severely break the game.
No, I mean, even with breaking the game, I can only get 16 dice, which is still a ridiculous amount.
That's-
but
It's pretty crazy.
yeah.
I think I can do more. But technically, I can just like do any amount that I want. I guess I can make a creature and be like, this creature has 30 dice.
And then
I mean-
we would die.
There are some things near the core that have like 25 dice to shit.
That's true, yeah. Somebody's been reading the book.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you successfully play it off, and yeah, they don't seem to think too much about it.
She's gonna, while they're looking somewhere else, she's gonna silently whisper "wait" to it.
Sure.
Do Dink and Narcissus also go off?
Yeah, everybody's beeps and has that symbol on it.
But I'm the only one who actually clicked on it.
Yeah, so far, like if you
Trying
other
to talk to Assad about getting my pulse rifle here.
Is the hallway that they're in empty?
I mean, you presumably you guys are off screen getting your weapons. You could definitely like step aside in the hallway somewhere in between if you wanted
Narcissa
to.
will tell Dink to grab her rifle while she steps off.
Sure.
Be like, hey, you okay?
All right. So yeah, sure, we can cut away to you if you're gonna start talking to it.
She's definitely gonna check up on it if it's making noise.
Yeah, you click the we see you like click the symbol, and you hear
Is it safe to communicate?
Right now, I've popped into a quiet room.
Good. I've detected some strange readings from the ship.
What do you mean?
It seems the barge is heading into an area particularly clouded with some of these spores. Seed of a buba, the records seem to indicate.
Yeah, we've had to deal with those.
I've gone over some files. It seems that during their extraction process on the corpse, some data was stored. I believe I can solve this problem for you.
Just so I'm remembering correctly, he's talking about the guy that was originally traveling with us, not Jeb, right?
Yeah, he's saying I've gotten some data from the corpse of the Siren that you guys had on the ship from when they made the cure. And I believe with that data I can...
My specimen!
Yeah, it's like I believe... It's basically saying that with that data it thinks it can come up with a solution to this problem. That's what it's saying.
That'd be fantastic. I'd love to hear it.
You say, I'd love to hear it?
Yeah.
Is that attempt at humor?
Well, I mean, humans learn by passing information back and forth to each other.
Well, it's just that I was thinking of emitting a particularly high frequency that may only be slightly irritating to humans at first, but should keep the Sirens at bay, studying the scans of their ear canals.
Similar to a siren's call.
Not particularly. There's no melodic sense to the sound. It's simply a high-pitched tone that will, well, should annoy them.
What a smart AI you are. I never would have thought of that.
Should I go ahead with this plan?
Yes, please.
Activating the signal now.
Everyone on the ship feels a slight pressure in their head. After about 3 seconds after this is said.
Joke's on you. I've had my head in a vice grip before. This is nothing.
So like everyone nearby kind of like winces slightly and puts a hand up to their like forehead or their temple. As you all like hear a tone play over the speakers.
Oh, please don't play that again.
Oh, it was worse.
You will literally injure her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very high-pitched tone that some of you might not actually have heard me playing over through the speakers just now. I've heard that if you're over a certain age, you can't hear that.
I heard 3 different tones.
Yeah, but it
I can hear cathode tubes squeal.
Gross.
But yeah, you all like hear this really high-pitched tone. It only lasts for a few seconds. You feel this pressure in your head, and the tone after a few seconds it kind of like fades into the background. You don't really hear it anymore. It is presumably still playing.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Liz, you're unaffected. Don't worry.
I was like, this is either gonna fuck with me hardcore or everything is gonna be fine.
Have you guys ever seen those, like, I don't know, like my high school put up one of these speakers. It was like to deter birds, and it just like constantly plays like a loud, high pitched kind of noise. There's different things that they make in real life to deter certain animals like this.
Yeah, like the sonic speakers.
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah, it's like that. The pressure in your head starts to kind of fade slightly, to where it's not irritating you as much. Like it kind of feels like you have your ears. You could pop your ears probably, but it's not like it's a constant irritant. It's just when it first starts, you really pick up on it. All right. So the two of you can get your pulse rifles. You can add a pulse rifle to your inventory. It's a +1 ranged weapon. However, it has a non-lethal setting on it. You can change it to a non-lethal. It's not as good as your inky guns, of course.
I absolutely
Have a
have
gun.
my inky gun out.
Right on. You have your inky gun out. Are you
Fuck
using
yeah.
Are you using lethal ammunition by chance?
If I have to,
I think that's all.
I
think that's all you might have. I don't remember. I think Dank
I might like hit people with it, like pistol whip, but like
I was about to say, technically all guns have a non-lethal setting.
yeah, it's called pistol whip somebody and knock them the fuck out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
I also have hand-to-hand combat, so we're good.
Okay. Well, the two of you can rejoin the group with some pulse rifles if you like.
Yeah.
Unless you had something else you wanted to talk to Epsilon about.
I think she'd probably warn them that they're going back to the group. That probably be best to hide again, but that'd probably be it.
Fair enough. The symbol on everyone else's stab tracker disappears. All right.
Oh my goodness, I thought that call would never go away.
So, Shara says, "Great, got some of them. Okay, well, what's the plan? I've got a couple of stun grenades. That should help."
Fantastic.
Now I've got to go get a phase whatever it is. No, I'm kidding.
Does anybody have
I mean, we
any
can
rope?
test it if you want.
I only have a little bit.
What are you saying, Liz?
Does anybody have any rope? I only have a little. Well, I have 100 feet's worth. I lied.
I have cables, an electrical tape.
I literally have a stat called bondage, okay?
Narsissa just holds up like the thick ass roll of electrical tape that she got from the Fixer AI.
Fantastic. I can make great use out of that. Alright.
Enigma,
Are we
you might
ready?
not want to be alone with her anytime soon.
Who's taking point?
I'll take that.
Alright, then Liz is second.
He says, "Should we stack up on each side of the door?"
Right.
Probably.
Izshara says, I'll take left side. When you open it, I'll throw one of these in. And he holds like a stun grenade. He unclips from his belt.
Fantastic.
He says, Zleb, Strayu, just be at the ready. Whatever, if you see anything moves, stun it. He says, so we got, does anybody want to take right side? Is that what you're doing, Liz? Are you on right side right now?
Yeah.
What are we doing with the engineer?
Narsissa's gonna recommend to Barum to go find a place to hide.
Or-
Yeah, no, she does not need to be here for this.
Okay.
Right.
She is going to like try to like subtly gesture towards all the places they saw the robots that Epsilon took over.
Yeah, okay. She'll go hide by some of those. Say that they were in a container
It's
back
like-
there.
Epsilon knows she's with us, so it's like if any of the cultists try to get near her, the idea is that they'll protect her. Or hopefully.
Okay. So we got Dank in the middle, Liz and Strayu on the right side. Left side, we got Captain Izshara, Enigma, and Zleb. And then Narsissa, where are you going? Right side? Dis, are you staying behind Enigma? Okay. All right. So basically, Izshara is going to be holding an action to throw a grenade. Assuming everybody else is holding an action to shoot whatever you see when the door opens. Except somebody has to open the door. Is that going to be you, Dank?
Yeah, I'll be opening the door.
Kindly
Well,
check that door first.
If you have non-lethal
Oh,
things,
shit, it's a
I
door.
think that I should open the door.
Yeah, literally anybody else can open the door.
I'm gonna open the door because
be
mine
standing-
is.
Like right in front of the door, ready to non-lethally blast anything that's standing there.
All right. So Liz is opening the door.
Yep.
I just wanted to be sure who's opening the door, for reasons. No big deal.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Close up again, don't you?
You
Listen.
almost got me, man. You almost got me.
Listen, if they won't play with me, I'm ready. I got stuff under my sleeve. Don't.
All right. Let me see here. Let's see if I can find us some good music to use. It's been a little while. No. What about? Yeah, this will do nicely. All right. So, Liz, I'm assuming you're kicking the door open. Make a athletics or strength roll.
Fantastic.
Success. All right. So you bring up your foot, you kick the door in, doors open up, and you see an empty container. With a hole in the bottom of it. The actual floor is like a big old. It's not even like neat. It's like a rough circle. It's a little oblong cut out of the floor with basically a ramshackle staircase, haphazardly made out of scrap metal, leading down into the darkness.
Great. She's gonna gesture for the captain to throw
Yeah,
this
he's already throwing it. He clicks
in the hole.
Yeah, he clicks something on the side and he slings the grenade down. Let's give him a roll, shall we?
Does he get an advantage since I opened the door and told him about the hole?
Sure. I'll give him a +1. Why not? Let's see. Yay. There we go. I don't know why it's doing that. 15. 15. All right. Not bad. I'm going to say the cultists, the first two cultists that are hit by the grenade are caught off guard. So I'm going to give them a -1. What they would be trying to do is dodge, probably. Oh, pushed a button. Okay. So, grenade topples down there. He leans back outside the opening and like puts his back to the like side of the wall of the storage container. And then there's a loud bang and a bright flash that comes from the hole. And then he raises his pulse rifle and he starts to run in. You hear people yelling down there immediately. As soon as the bang goes off, he runs. He runs down the stairs. Here, I'll put him in this square. I don't have a map for underneath here, so we're just
Liz will follow him since she's right there.
We're just gonna make do with this map here. I thought I had some things for this. Maybe I'm going crazy. Just maybe.
Who said you were sane in the first place?
I don't know. Where is
I mean, you didn't get this group together.
Here we go. Here we go. We'll use these for the.
To be fair, I forced myself upon this group.
Okay. The once the two of you get down there to the bottom of the staircase, you realize that it's like it's probably more open down there than you expected. I mean, the ceiling's kind of low, but as far as like total area down there, there's quite a bit. The entry room here, like the entryway, is pretty bare, and it's dark down here too. But there's two people laying on the floor at the bottom of the staircase with their hands sort of up over their head, trying to shield their ears and eyes. And they're just basically laying on the floor when you get down there. What is everybody else doing?
Making sure my pulse rifle is set to stun and then following them down.
Yeah. Take a couple steps forward. Feel free to position yourself around here. To pretend we're in the what you're seeing on the screen isn't super important. It's mostly an open area. At the bottom of the staircase, there's an area off to the left and an area off to the right that seem to go into separate rooms.
Okay. I'm just gonna stun one of the two people that are already down, just to make sure they don't get up.
Sure. Take a shot. You get a +1 because they're stunned by the grenade.
Oh.
All right, and then you have a +1 bonus from your pulse rifle. Sure. Roll a d4.
Okay.
All right. Which guy? Are you shooting the guy on the left or the right?
The one on the right.
All right. Man, I gotta stop using the number pad for doing that. Okay, so yeah, you fire a round into this guy as like a blue crackling beam leaps forth from the pulse rifle and slams into the guy. You hear him grunt in pain as his body kind of like spasms slightly. But he puts his hands down to the floor and starts to push himself up off the ground. Let's see, Liz, you haven't really gotten a chance to act. You kind of just ran down there. So if you want to take a turn, I think you get a turn, and anybody else. Izshara has already taken his turn by throwing the grenade. So.
Since Dink just shot the guy on the right and he's trying to get up, I would like to restrain him with my rope.
Yeah, okay. Sure. It'll be a contested check. You have a +1 because the guy is stunned and he's already laying on the floor. It'll be like athletics or like sleight of hands or something like that.
Is bondage okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, bondage is yeah, for sure.
We approve of bondage here.
No kink shaming here.
Holy crap!
Oof.
Wait,
It's contested. It's contested.
The
It's
dice god said no.
It's
Oh,
Even
well,
then, that's still really bad.
Even then, I'm still re-rolling.
all right.
It's only an 8.
Yeah.
There you go.
That still would have been a critical fail if you rolled it normally.
Okay.
Oh my god.
No, she's got 2 4s in there.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Never mind. I forget that does.
Am I?
Even 1
No,
4
number
overrides
pad.
critical failure.
And I'm gonna give him a -1 because he's stunned and he's currently prone on the ground. Oh, he still rolled pretty good, but not good enough.
Womp womp.
Okay, yeah. So you jump on top of this dude here, and yeah, you tie him up. And he kind of like grunts in frustrating agony. He's doing that thing from Archer where he's like la la la. He's like putting a hand to his ear and he's trying.
Mom,
Yeah.
mom.
That thing, yeah. But at any rate, you get this dude restrained. His hands tied behind his back. Whatever. How are you tying him up? I'm assuming like tying his hands behind his back.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And yeah, you push him down to the ground. Cool. You got one guy down. Enigma, Narsissa, Zleb, Strayu.
I mean, guess we're following them on down.
Disrupt.
I'm following Enigma right this second. I am looking for something real quick. Okay, make sure. I was remembering how many influence I needed for the nightmare.
Okay.
That is a lot. I think I will save that for now.
Okay. All right. Enigma. Yeah, you run down the stairs. You come up behind Izshara.
Okay, so we have one guy on the ground that's restrained, one guy on the ground that's still unconscious. Anything else that's in this room?
Well,
Sorry.
he's not unconscious. He's just kind of stunned from the grenade going off. He's gonna get a turn on his next round.
Dope. This other non-restrained human, can I properly knock this guy out with a, like, smack to the head with the butt of my rifle?
Yeah, you can run up to him and hit him, for sure.
Be better off kicking him in the jaw.
Yeah, the
Sure, that'll work.
The chin is kind of like the off button.
Yup. It's kind of like right where the back 3 molars are. If you get your, like, the tip of your foot in there real good from underneath, blam, off switch.
Yeah.
Excellent. We're doing this then.
So I guess contested melee roll. You get a +1.
Yeah.
He gets a -1. He rolled a 9.
Well, 15 definitely beats it, so he unconscious.
Well, technically, he goes down
Oh god.
one body step.
True, since it is melee.
Yeah.
So yeah, you hit the
I would
guy
appreciate
and it's like you damage him. You hear him like cry out in pain as you kick the guy in the face. You could have just shot him. But it's okay. Sure, yeah.
I could have, but we are trying to do non-lethal damage here, and I don't have non-lethal rounds in my rifle, so...
Fair enough. But don't worry, because you got teammates who can help you. Sleb, Narsissa, Strayu.
Narsissa's just like, oh hell no, she ain't getting left alone with the 2 robots. She trusts not Terminator. She doesn't trust Terminator.
Okay.
And then she's gonna switch pulse rifle to stun and try to shoot the one Enigma is fighting.
All right.
With stun rounds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you'll get a +1. He'll get a -1 because he's stunned. If he was like taking cover, like laying down, I would give you a -1 because prone, but in ranged. But I'm not gonna do that because he's kind of stunned and getting the crap kicked out of him right now. It's not like he's not like he's intentionally trying to take cover from you or something. So, yeah, you get a +1. He gets a -1.
Do my steady hands count?
God dang it, number pad. Does your steady hands count for a range fire shot? I don't
Keep
know.
my hands steady.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have a range attack roll? Do you have a range attack skill?
No.
Then I'll allow it. All right. Yeah. You shoot the guy. Roll a d4. 2. Yeah, you knock him out.
She's also gonna like shout over her gun. What was that about taking unnecessary risks?
Yeah, you say, what was that about taking unnecessary risks? As Strayu and Zleb appear on either side of you. Would you like to do anything on your turn?
Oh, everything seems fine right now. I'll kind of
You
just
guys are
move
about
over
to
here.
accidentally
Well, right here, I think.
kill.
So
I'm
yeah,
stunned.
as Narsissa's like, what'd you say again, Narsissa? What was it again?
But what was that about unnecessary risk?
Yeah, you're
The
like,
Enigma.
as the doorway on either side of you, you see a figure run by, and another one, like basically sticks his gun around the corner to cover him as he runs by the doorway to fire into the room. Strayu and Zleb spot both of them, and Strayu take a shot at the first guy. Let's see, Strayu. Let's see. He doesn't have any bonuses here. And cultist guy. Okay. So Strayu hits the guy. Oh.
Well, it's non-lethal, right?
Whoa.
You can't kill somebody with non-lethal.
No, it just knocks him out immediately.
Fantastic.
So this guy goes down.
Right.
So anyway, he started blasting.
Yeah, so
And he finished blasting.
So we see Narsissa, yeah, you make that comment, and then Strayu comes running on your right side, and there's a guy who just like pops out of this doorway, is about to shoot one of you guys, and Strayu just blasts him, and the guy just goes limp, like ragdolls on the floor.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
Yeah, Zleb's gonna try to do the same thing. to the guy in the
Narsissa
other
immediately goes
doorway.
from like this like sassy looking thing to like, oh fuck. So I like go by her. Like
Let's see what you got, Zleb. Okay. And then the cultist he's shooting at. Yeah, they're not really good.
I feel like Des.
Oh, he
I
doubled
feel like Des definitely would have like ducked at this point. Like, oh god, there's more.
He doubled it.
He did double it. But I think with guns, it's just you roll a d4 and that's how much damage it does.
I'm pretty sure that's
He also KOs the guy.
oh shit.
noise.
Narsissa's gonna have to roll for her F's later.
Yeah, you
How she feels about them.
so two other guys go down immediately. Then you hear two other voices from each side be like, okay, we give up. Oh, Jesus Christ, you guys.
Put down your weapons and come out with your hands up.
Yeah, you see two death spitters come sliding across the floor out of the darkness. And then slowly, like one guy steps out from each doorway.
I know exactly what I would like to do next.
They both have their hands up to either side. What do you do, Liz?
So I'm not just scanning them, but I'm also scanning areas around them because I want to know how many people are possibly in this area.
Sure. Make a roll. Critical success.
Hell yeah.
All right. These are the last two guys in here. There was 6 guys, yeah. So you scan now, like you do find like in the other rooms, you probably like in your scan, you pick up the signs of like furniture and stuff like that. And also your scan detects spores in one of the rooms. I don't know if you guys are wearing masks, but
I think we still would be.
okay.
It's all right. I've been vaccinated.
Yeah, you have been vaccinated recently too,
This is true.
so might not be too hard on you with that.
So Liz is going to point that out of these are the last two in here, but there's also spores in one of these rooms. Use precaution.
Narsissa. When I go out the spores.
What are you doing, Narsissa? I need you to speak up. I couldn't hear you.
She's gonna put her mask on and go check out the room.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, the two guys are surrender, hold their hands up. Strayu will restrain that guy, and Zleb will restrain this guy. And Zleb is much nicer about it. He's like, please place your hands behind your back. And Strayu like slams the guy to the ground.
Strayu is the male version of Liz. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean,
No.
yeah, he kind of is. Yeah, I guess it's fair.
Yeah, that's right. Don't play.
You're not. You're not wrong.
His name's Strayu because it's short for Australia.
To say. This is the guy.
He's Terminator.
Yeah.
I'll be right back,
Australian
guys.
Space Terminator.
All right. We'll see.
No,
I
don't
gotta-
leave. We're gonna blow something up. if you
Actually-
leave.
Since me and Gerbs are stepping away, can we have like a quick 5-minute thing?
Yeah, I mean, we can take
That
a
would
5.
probably be for the best.
Yeah, if you guys want to take 5, that's fine. We can take 5 if you guys want.
Quick
Dope.
second. Yeah.
So, chat.
Just in case.
We'll be back in 5 minutes or so. I'll put on our handy dandy
Grab some water. Go to the bathroom.
break screen. Yeah. Make sure you hydrate and all that stuff. We'll be back in a few minutes, guys.
You're listening to WBRK Cleveland. The year is 2023. The robot uprising has been won. Prepare to be exterminated.
Shut up, you ugly bitch!
You're listening to WBRK.
Alrighty, you're listening to WBRK in the mornings. I'm your temporary host filling in today for Dogwoods, who apparently has run into some trouble with the AI uprising.
What the dog doing?
Hope you all are enjoying your drive into work this morning. Let's go over a few of the local news stories today real quick, shall we?
In the shadows, he stands alone, a mind so sharp, a heart of stone. Disrupt, they call him Dis for short, a psychologist with calm retorts of fray. He keeps his place, a serpent's watch, a subtle grace with Narsissa, an enigma near. His voice of reason calms their fear. Oh, Dis the calm within the storm, with wisdom's light he keeps them warm. In the dark his mind's a guide, through the chaos side by side. A dreadlander with a serpent's kin, a nightmare snake beneath his skin. It coils and waits for his command, a silent force at his right hand. In surgical rooms of dread and pain, he faced the horror, felt the strain. Endless trials, a captive plight, yet he survived the darkest night. Oh, Dis the calm within the storm, with wisdom's light he keeps them warm. In the dark his mind's a guide, through the chaos side by side. Oh, 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 oh. With Narsissa's strength and enigma's fire, Dis weaves a thread through the mire. In battles fought and dangers faced, his reason keeps them all embraced. A whisper here, a guiding word, in the silence he is heard. A beacon in the darkest night, a steady hand, a calming light. In the world of shadows deep, he finds the truth that others keep. A master of the unseen play, disrupt.
All right, let's see what these guys are doing.
Oh, cool.
Hello, folks.
Oh, perfect timing.
Yay.
Weird.
What?
Everything can explode now.
Did I
I'd rather it
interrupt?
didn't.
Did I interrupt something?
No.
No, they both came right back right when you came back.
Oh, okay. That disrupts calm track really slaps. That's dope.
Variant.
Yeah, I think it was a remix, right? Were you listening?
I heard it. It
I
was
just know them
beautiful.
enough that I can tell whose song is whose.
I love mine.
Right on. They're very good tracks. Thank you, Maury, for doing that.
Yes.
Anybody doesn't like theirs, please let me know so that way I can change them up.
They're dope. All the ones I've listened to, which I think I've listened to all of them, are really good. So, well, all right. We fade back in. You guys have taken down the cultists with no problem at all. Literally, like almost too easy. Geez, you guys are insane.
In fairness, we did have help.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had help, but I kind of thought that somebody might get injured here because they were going to be firing back, and they could have gotten like a round on you guys with 2 shooters there, but it didn't work out for them. So good job, you guys.
Yep.
Did
I mean, Leb and Strayu, friggin' MVPs, one-shotting their guys right off the jump.
I mean, yeah. You guys did a good job taking down the folks that were already there too. Yeah,
Also true.
But you were so intimidating. The last 2 guys were just like, no, thank you. I don't want to mess with whatever this is.
Well, in their defense, they don't know if we're using stun or something else. So all they know is only, as far as they're aware of, only one man is for certain left alive. They don't know the for sure whether or not the other 3 are alive or dead.
Yeah. Yeah, plus the explosion with the stun grenade and yeah. So, what are you guys doing?
Rounding up the quote unquote captives. We should question them.
I think we should leave the interrogations up to the captain. That's more his kind of deal.
Yeah, the captain kind of shrugs and he says, "Well, what do you think? You would-be mutineers feel like talking?" And he kind of like gestures to the guy on the ground, and who doesn't say anything. And he's like, "All right, maybe some time in the brig will help you decide." And he says, let's take him and put him in a cell, shall we?" He turns back to you guys, and he says, "Good job, good work. Really appreciate the backup." And he holds out a hand to shake somebody's hand.
Yeah, I shake his hand.
Looks down at his hand.
Yeah, there's
like, what the fuck is that?
there's like an awkward moment where you give him a look at, like, yeah, you look at him, and then he moves his hand over to Dank, who shakes his hand. Okay. He says, "Is there anything else we should be concerned about? You guys seem to be getting a lot of work done."
Well, I'd like to say that we try to be really efficient regardless of what we're doing, and that's why we're setting out on this mission in the first place.
Well, if doesn't work out, we could always use more security here if you're looking for work.
I will definitely keep that in mind. It's been a pleasure being aboard the ship so far.
He says, there was one more thing. Just before we came down here, the systems on the board the ship are doing some really wonky stuff. I've got an engineer on it, but they're not sure what's going on. Some systems seem to be shorting out. Others are just behaving oddly. Doors opening on their own, cameras turning themselves off, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that was really strange. Like, a bunch of alarms started going off in here.
Yeah. He says, yeah.
Right after we hit that spore cloud.
Yeah, we actually lost power for a minute there. I was kind of worried we were going to be taking a nosedive.
Oh, believe me, I know we did. Just a look of freaking... I was pissed.
Well, we've got a couple of tech-savvy people on our end if you need help taking a look at some of the systems.
Yeah, actually. If you want to swing by our engineer's office, that might be something that you could help out with.
Excellent.
Yeah, he says, "I'll send you the location to your stab tracker, but you're gonna be talking to a Brada."
Brada. All right.
I'll spell it out for you. Or maybe it's Uprada. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I'm just saying Uprada.
Updog.
No, not Updog.
I think Abrada is correct.
So yeah, they each, like, 3 of the guys are unconscious. So yeah, they like drag two people to their feet and kind of like slap them a little bit to kind of like wake them up. Yeah, they're gonna everybody's gonna take 2 prisoners, and they're gonna basically be escorting them to a cell. I think is what's gonna happen.
If you need some help getting them to talk, just let me know.
Strong word of advice, since they're part of like an insurgency, you might want to keep them all in separate cells.
Yeah, he nods. He says, Yeah, he can't even have a good trip down the tourist these days without assholes trying to mutiny.
In this economy.
Hi,
Mutiny
welcome
in
to
this economy?
Nibiru.
Yeah, they'll drag these guys off. Here,
All right.
let me do this. Boom, and then I'll just take these
Do
guys.
we know that Epsilon is causing a disturbance?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's fair to say you might have some idea.
All right. Which one of you guys was the closest with Epsilon?
Well, Narsissa has it in her stab tracker, and I was able to personally talk to said AIs.
And I know Liz definitely helped Enigma kind of with translation stuff when they were trying to kind of talk Epsilon down.
All right. So the three of you are definitely going to need to be the ones doing most of the talking when we get to the engineering.
You realize how such a terrible idea that is for me.
Okay. I'll do the talking to the engineer. You guys do the actual engineering stuff.
Bingo. There
And this
you
will
go.
back me up on the talking to the engineer.
You
Yeah, I can
I'll do
finally,
talk to
whatever's
him
left.
too.
you finally had your last two brain cells rubbed together. Great job. Proud of you. I'm just
Ouch.
kidding, Dake.
That was
Out of character, I swear.
the whole conversation was out of character.
Oh my god, it was?
She thought it was in character.
Y'all, this is why we need character voices. I say as I don't have a character voice.
I believe I'm the only one that has one.
Yeah.
I do one for the tank.
It was in character, that's why I was an asshole. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No worries.
But yeah, that sounds good.
All right then. I guess I gesture to the pulse rifle. I should go return this.
Narsissa's gonna toss you hers.
Yep. Be right back.
All right.
Liz, dear, I have a question.
Hi.
Liz,
Liz,
Oh, I heard dis.
sorry.
No worries.
What?
He said what?
She did say what?
I'm trying to think of how to ask the question. I know it's a bit out of my wheelhouse. This is more your habitat than mine. Trying to think of the best way to put this. What is the likelihood of somebody integrating with an AI? Using? I'm not quite sure the right way to put it.
Integrating, do you mean becoming an AI?
No.
She kind of tilts her head to the side.
Kind of like what you are, and she's gonna like point towards her eyes to mimic Liz's robotic eye.
Yep, there is. But, fair warning, it is not pleasant. It is the most excruciating.
Are you aware of what my habitat does, if given the chance?
I know very little.
With the womb, if given the chance, we eventually lose our bodies. I'll lose my arms, my legs, my eyes, the jaw.
It can be fixed.
Potentially.
If need be, she kind of rolls her eyes slightly. If it ever came to that, I suppose I could create some parts when they're needed.
Narsissa's gonna flex one of her hands. One of the reasons I allowed our group to pick me up is because of the fact that they keep us in so low of memories.
What do you mean by so low of memories? Like your kind is almost forgotten?
Oh no. There's plenty of us. I have found a few workarounds, stashed things here and there, kept the important things where I could re-find them if need be.
Fair enough.
The scars aren't just for show.
The master has done many, many harmful things.
Silas.
Is it Parnham or Barnum? I can't remember her name. What was it? Was it Parnham?
Barnum.
Can you spell it? Can you spell it for me again? I forgot to add it to my notes.
Bahram. Barum.
Oh, Bahram. Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so she walks up and she's like, she walks up on the tail end of the conversation, rejoining you guys. She says, Silas? Who's that?
A man you should fear.
She shrugs and she says,
A walking corpse.
And you guys are mean.
Diagnosed sociopath.
A man who's been through some rough times.
Narsissa turns and looks at Dank. I will kill him one day. Make no mistake.
Be careful. Many have tried.
I am not many.
No, you're
He
only
has made a
one.
mistake letting me loose.
yeah, she just kind of shrugs and she's like, huh, never heard of him.
It is a name you should forget, dear.
Okay.
It is a name that will only bring you pain and suffering.
Whatever you say.
Narsissa's just gonna pat her head.
All right, we've got work to do.
And the engineers?
Yep.
Engineer, you say?
Yep,
Our
we're
new
going
friend
to.
is tampering with the systems, and we need to cover for him.
Right.
No one can know about
grins at
our
Bahram.
new
You're looped
friend.
into it now.
She
You spill it,
she kind
and
of she holds her hands up defensively.
Good.
And,
Alright,
yeah, she's like, oh, I've got plenty of my own problems. What's one more?
Well, once we get this fire put out, maybe we can look at helping you some.
stick with us, and the captain won't bother you.
We've got your back as long as you've got ours.
That's good to hear, anyway.
Unfortunately, that means we'll be potentially dragging you to the dead vaults.
Wait.
Well, hang on. The captain did say that he could offer us a position on the ship. If we list her as one of our comrades, she could just work here in safety. And given what the engineers are going through right now, if she makes a good showing of putting in work, we can guarantee her a safe spot on the ship.
Yeah, but they're not going to let her stay if we don't.
You know, the dead vaults sounds kind of boring, you know? I can't imagine.
Sure.
or you're just
Narsissa
a
just gets like this very bemused grin on her face at calling the dead vaults boring.
Oh yeah, absolutely boring. Nothing but crazy worms and horrible death.
Yeah.
Not a very exciting time. I understand completely.
sounds like you're a puss to me.
Can't imagine there's much work
Liz,
for
be
an engineer
nice.
to do out there.
I mean, opening doors, accessing lost technology,
They do have a guard check.
a lot of interesting stuff out that way. But your call. You know, if you'd rather be here on the ship, we could see about facilitating that for you.
But
honestly,
my thought was, is we take her back with us after the
What?
dead vaults to the city.
Well, I'd figured we'd be charting the ship back anyway.
That's
Look.
if he decides to stay.
no offense, but I wasn't planning on stopping at the dead vaults. I gotta keep going.
Where are you
Where are
headed?
you headed?
As far as I can get, I'm making a break for the Assyrian waste. Whatever's out there. I mean,
That's a
Outs-
dangerous place.
I've heard rumors. You know, I mean, I've heard that there's some potentially very decent settlements out there, albeit strange. And I mean, you just got to get outside of RQ territory. That's going to be the hardest part.
Why not head for the Umbra?
Oh, well, I'm not suicidal for one. And it's much farther.
What's wrong with the Umbra?
From the stories
You
I've
went
heard,
out of our reach.
the Umbra's not outside of RQ reach. Now, the womb, however,
You're looking for Xanadu.
well, I just figure RQ doesn't have control of that territory. They can't get to me there.
Allegedly.
Why are you running? I
Well-
don't believe it is just to get rid of the off your trail.
I mean, I kind of angered some not so nice people back in Asher, and
It was Inky, wasn't it?
Inky, no. God, no. Not a
I don't think
vagabond.
she'd still be alive if that was the case.
Liz is going to crouch down to get on Barum's level.
Is she that short?
Well, Narsissa is almost 6 foot. She's just shy. So even as Arku, she still is taller than quite a few people.
Well, I mean, you could always just ride the ship back to Nineveh.
People look for Xanadu for a specific reason. Why Xanadu?
Because they don't go there. Xanadu keeps to themselves, from what I've heard. Not all that unlike Nineveh, but Nineveh lets in outsiders. And that means Arku. And I don't, feel like being picked up in Nineveh. As nice of a place as it sounds like. I don't mean you any offense.
No worries.
Just think it would be harder for them to get to me out there, where...
How much do you owe to them?
Not about owing, it's about what was done.
It's both.
Well, let's just say I doubt they'll take me in alive.
Ah. And not just property damage, you probably killed somebody.
Do you
I
know
don't
how to
think
get to
so.
Xanadu?
I don't think I killed anyone.
Didn't have time to stop and check?
Not really. No, but I mean, if you were being chased by the supremacy, you probably wouldn't stop and check it either, right?
Oh, of course I would.
Hmm.
You've got the
Well, not everybody
supremacy.
has the benefits that we have. Understandable. Look, you want to go your own way, do your own thing, try to find your own safety. That's admirable. We'll help you in what ways we can by at least guaranteeing you a spot on the ship. From there, you can blaze your own trail. At least that way, I can leave with peace of mind knowing I did the right thing at the right time. And hopefully, if we ever head out that way, we'll be able to see you there in Xanadu.
Since when did you people become nice?
I don't know how
Always
long you've
been.
known me for, but I've always been nice.
So that thing about the Inky, they're real?
Are you dumb? Yes, they're real.
I mean, most people talk about them like a boogeyman, I guess I haven't met
Unfortunately, they are.
many vagabonds, but
Some are. Some aren't. Just depends on who you get.
really,
Does Barum have a stab tracker?
yeah, she's got a device like that for sure.
Did she let Epsilon onto hers?
I don't think so. Epsilon didn't really talk to her. Didn't react to her either when she approached it, remember?
She's not a vagabond.
Barum, dear?
Hmm?
Do you understand what Xanadu is?
I've heard rumors, but So, to be honest, some of them are so crazy. Look, all I really know is that they mostly keep to themselves and they don't usually take in outsiders, but I figure maybe I have something to offer them. Maybe I can convince them to take me in. And, you know, there's been rumors between the supremacy and the revolutionaries. Somebody might be looking to move on their territory, and I figure maybe I can help them out. I mean, I know a good bit about supremacy tech.
This is Narsissa more muttering to themselves. I might put on that.
Why? Do you know anything about Xanadu?
Vague details.
Okay, well, do tell.
Mostly I know it is the home of the womb habitat.
What is that? What does that mean? Habitat.
Vagabonds?
Okay. That's supposed to explain something to me? I don't really... Sorry, I'm not following you. What does that have to do with vagabonds?
Like Narsissa lets out a slow sigh. Like you can tell she is very much like, how much do I want to teach this person? Like how much do we trust her kind of thing.
What? Did I say something?
What do you know about vagabonds?
I don't know. Not much. Some people think that they can be dangerous. Some other people say they're mysterious. They can have some strange abilities.
Even regular people can be dangerous, as we just saw.
Well, yeah, but... Well, I don't know. I guess a lot of people seem to think that they can be kind of crazy, you know?
It depends on how far they have become lost in their own mind.
I mean,
It
you
just
wake
sounds
up one
like
day
being
and
crazy with
nothing.
extra steps.
Yeah, what he said.
Wake up one day and know nothing but your name.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a great life, you know? I mean, I'd much prefer remembering my life.
I think most people would, given the choice.
They don't get a choice.
Exactly.
Relax. It's not like she is behind the creation of them.
Yeah, nobody really knows what is.
Anyway, let's go visit engineering and see what's going on there.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds good. You guys start to head out the exit. Hit a beep on your stab tracker.
Narsissa will grab Liz, lag behind the group, and duck into a passive empty room.
Fantastic.
I mean, you guys are kind of alone, except for Barum. I mean, you could just have the conversation with everybody there if you wanted to. Unless you're worried about, like, I don't know, somebody else hiding in here and listening.
Or somebody
it'd be
coming in.
smart to be worried about that, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, I mean, there are surveillance systems in place.
Yeah. Yeah. You check your stab tracker, you see the same symbol on it.
Click on it.
All right, buddy, what's up?
Yeah. Epsilon says,
I've intercepted a communication for this vessel.
What does it say?
Transmission from Asher, flagged by the Assyrian supremacy. Seems they're routing a force at an outpost ahead to intercept the barge. Communication details an escaped fugitive.
I was just
So it's
gonna
a-
look at you.
What'd you say?
What were you saying, Maury?
So it's a heads up. There's no way to respond.
So wait, is it getting boarded or?
They can respond, certainly. However, they will be stopping the vessel, doing a scan at the very least. Probably boarding, looking for this fugitive they're searching for. They seem to have a warrant for arrest.
Did I try to take her now?
How do they know she's here?
Well, they know all of us are wherever, probably. For all we know, they're putting them in regular people, too.
Couldn't we have Epsilon like cloak her data or distort it somehow?
It seems she's done a fair job of hiding on her own. She's disabled any tracers they should have on her staff tracker. She seems to be doing a fair job of using an alias or rerouting to other local systems. However, once they do a direct scan of the ship, they will likely detect her biological signals. I'm uncertain how they suspect that she's on board. Like I said, she did a very effective job of hiding. Whatever information they have must be outside what I'm able to access on this network.
Epsilon, do you know how close we are?
We seem to be approximately 2 lapses travel from the terminal at the dead vaults.
And that's where they're meeting us?
No,
How long do we have until the meetup?
judging from their current trajectory and speed, they will likely route the ship in the next few hours.
Looks like it's time to go home.
Or at
Isn't there a way we
least-
can falsify the biological data? I don't know, somehow shield her from the scan?
It is possible we can try to shield her from the scans, but it is likely they will be doing a compartmental search of the vessel.
What were the crimes listed on her arrest warrant?
Her arrest warrant lists the crimes of terrorism against the Assyrian supremacy.
Yeah, well, the Arcu can suck my ass.
That could have been as simple as disagreeing with their views.
She
That's
seems
fair.
to have murdered quite a few civilians, judging from the news reports.
Ugh.
Barum?
I'm assuming she's not nearby enough to hear
No,
this.
she wouldn't be in the room.
Wait, what was the last part that was said?
She
Yeah.
murdered multiple civilians.
That's what I said,
according to the reports.
According to news reports, yeah.
Display summarized version of the news reports.
Yeah, you get a video that pops up on your
Stab tracker.
yeah, on your like heads up display.
Yeah.
And it's like a news report from Asher, and there's like a building like part of a building collapsed and exploded in the background. There's fire and smoke and alarms going off. There's people rushing by in the background screaming. There's like one lady carrying a child who's limp in her arms. Several people just like covered with soot and dirt as they're fleeing this large like skyscraper that's like collapsed.
Oh damn, she opened the wrong door too.
We will need to discuss this with her.
Yeah, and like the headline on the news report says like bomb goes off at like a Syrian embassy building or something like that. Terrorism suspected.
Until we speak to her, we can assume, or not assume, but we can make an educated guess that there is a high chance that it could have been planted. The question is, what does she have or know that would make her such a high target that they're willing to take her out?
I mean, if she bombed an embassy, it's a pretty high profile crime in the first place.
You're talking to
saying-
the.
Yeah, I know, pot kettle.
I'm saying if she didn't do that and they're trying to frame her for that to get her because she does something else, what could she possibly know?
Well, we better
Possibly
find
their
out.
secrets.
Epsilon, do you think you can access Barum stab tracker's data without flagging anything or getting caught?
Also, if you can parse family history. I want to see if she's connected to somebody.
You can see what information is publicly available on the net, but anything that is not accessible from the ship's network, I won't be able to see. As far as hacking her stab tracker, I can try. She does seem to have high technical knowledge. I wouldn't be surprised if she was able to detect its intrusion.
We'll save that as plan B. I guess we have to have an uncomfortable conversation.
I think this is going to be fun.
You would.
I mean, we've been able to bribe her with food. Why not bribe her with Xanadu?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it would be beneficial to have a contact there. But we'll see how this plays out, I guess.
Narsissa just gives Dank a deadpan look.
What?
I can. It's been a long time, but I can take her there.
Well, we do have a mission that we need to complete first. If we can get her out of this jam right now, then we can continue on with a clear conscience.
That would be the preferential way. I would prefer not to go back to those looms.
Ship has lifeboats, doesn't it? Or like,
I think they're going to notice if we try to take off with one of those.
yeah, no, I understand that completely. I was just saying, like, if when the scan is going on, we can get her off the ship temporarily, problem solved.
I mean, does the ship have lifeboats?
Like, not lifeboats, but like boarding craft, stuff like that. Like, obviously they do because they got us off the trolley.
Yeah, they had
No,
like
they
a
have. They walked us on like a gangplank.
yeah, there was like a platform that extended off of the ship that they used
Mm,
for that. They probably have like oh man.
landing craft. That's what I was looking for. Landing craft.
Um honestly, I don't know. I mean, they might have something small to use in an emergency, but it probably wouldn't be something intended for like getting everyone off the ship.
No, just for like a couple of people to go and run supplies or something.
Maybe. Like I would think most docks that they would potentially stop at, they would just stop the whole ship there. Like it.
Right.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to give that some consideration. They might have something. Maybe like a little ATV or something that they could like drop down to use.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had something like that. Just in case for emergencies or something. But like I don't know how much like if the ship was to crash or something, I don't know how much time you'd have to get on a like a life raft anyways, considering it's just like blowing down a big hallway basically. um
Yeah. Fair point.
it's not
Well,
like it would sink or it would take time to sink if it was like in water. It would just like fall straight to the ground and explode. So what would be the point? I don't think.
how big was that case that the tablet was in?
Probably like suitcase sized.
Are you going to stuff her into a briefcase?
I mean, shit, man, it was a
Yeah.
scan-proof suitcase.
Well, a briefcase. Yeah, briefcase. Like the
no.
one we saw with you have in
Yeah, I don't think she can fit in a briefcase.
Yeah, that might be a problem.
I mean, if you take all the foam out and then have her contortion.
No, that is a human being. You can't fit a human being in a briefcase. All right. Well, we don't have much time. We need to figure something out. We can't just stand around with our thumbs up our asses here.
Well, right now to the engineering bay.
Yeah, engineering, and we'll figure it out as we go.
What was that? Oh, Epsilon. Okay. I was like,
Hang on. I'm not done.
Oh
yet.
shit! Is Epsilon trying to hack her thing?
Yeah.
It's got A4.
Reroll those 3 ones.
Okay. Let's see. It goes up by 1, 4, so it's a 16.
That's a bit better, yeah.
Let's see what Barum's defenses look like? Ooh.
Wait, what's happening? I'm
We roll
lost.
those 2 4s.
Reroll her 2 4s. All right, another influence point. We went down by 2 plus another 3, so 12. All
What?
right.
What just happened? I'm confused.
Epsilon is
hacked
Epsilon's
Barum.
trying to hack Barum.
Epsilon is
Ah.
hacking Barum's equipment.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you get another communication from Epsilon. Be the best way for him to describe this. He says,
I've gained access to her staff tracker.
How bad is it?
Well, it is strange. She seems to have quite a bit of programming stored on here. There are some encryptions it will take me time to break. However, there is one thing you should know about.
What's that?
On her local network, she seems to have stored a few memories.
He has access to memotech?
It would seem so.
Oh, that is incredibly suspect.
Well, I've heard of regular people buying memories. So I mean it.
Do you have access to the content of the memories?
No, they seem to have been deleted or transferred.
Is there
He's
any way you
playing
can attempt to
stupid.
replicate the data?
There isn't enough remaining to replicate. If I could access the device they are stored on, however, I would likely need a more direct connection. Whatever she moved them to, it was something local. Probably kept on her person.
What about that place we found her in?
We should search it.
Whatever the device is, it's not putting out any wireless signals that I can detect.
So, who wants to go work with the engineers and who wants to go search?
I gotta be the face for the group with the engineers.
I
That's
will
me
go
out.
search.
I'll go with Liz.
I'm good at being stealthy.
Okay, so you were going to send Barum to meet with this engineer, presumably, right?
Right.
So I'll put her
The
on this
Barum
side.
would be with Dink.
And this would be
And
coming
Dis.
with us.
So that's
And Enigma too.
3.
Dis and Enigma, you're
Yeah.
going with Dank and Barum?
I can definitely do that, yeah. I've got some technical shit, so if they need that, I have that.
Alright.
I'm
I
also
don't,
decent
but I
at
can
talking.
talk.
Liz and Narsissa.
All right.
Narsissa will let them know, we'll join up with you as soon as we can.
Okay. So we'll you guys split up. That's fine. We'll stick with Liz and Narsissa first. So you're going to go search where she was staying, basically, right?
Yup.
Yeah.
All right. I think it was. I don't remember if it was back here. I think it was back here. I forget which side it was on. It was one of those sides. But sure,
Do we need to do stealth rolls or not?
It depends. Are you trying to hide? Or are you trying to like make it so if she comes back here, she won't know you searched the place? Like,
Yeah, trying to be as discreet and secretive as possible about it.
Be careful about opening doors.
yeah.
Unless Narsissa has a different idea.
We can try to be, that's fine.
Okay, so you approach her container. The door is closed. What are you doing?
Gonna try to. Is it like locked?
Yeah, it's probably locked. Yeah.
Like what's the mechanism on it? Like, is it?
It's probably
is it
electronic.
Okay. Is there a way for me to override the code but still like keep it when she tries to come back for it? Or not?
I mean, potentially, like you could try to hack it if you're wanting to do that.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to break the door or anything like that. I just want to get in, search, get out, relock it is essentially Liz's goal. So would that be an engineering roll, I guess?
Yeah, you could also try computer language.
Oh, that too. If I fail computer language, then I will try to overwrite it.
Sure.
But I'm gonna pass. I did!
You did. All right. So how do you talk to this door to command it to open, or sing to it, or whatever it is you do? What does it look like?
Just kind of trying to be as calm as a wonderful robotic Elizabeth can be, and just be like, I need you to open. Please. Yeah. It is of great importance.
Yeah, you say this to the door. Narsissa, you don't really understand what she says. She makes a strange noise. Yeah, the door shutters open. Inside, you see kind of a dirty room. You've been in here before. There's like a hidden sleeping bag in the back on the ground, but most of the like storage crate is composed of like bits of gadgets and tech that she's probably scavenged up from other people's storage containers. Various tidbits to stuff she might have been working on or storing, or maybe some various things she was taking with her, maybe other changes of clothes or gear, tools, that kind of thing. But it's kind of messy and dirty. It smells like somebody's been locked in this small space, probably not bathing for a few days, at the very least.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
First thing I'm gonna do. Well, no, we've already checked for traps in here, didn't we? The
think so.
first time that we... Okay, so I'm not gonna do that. I'll let Narsissa do something first before I do things.
All right.
Narsissa's just gonna start looking around for whatever she thinks. Probably something similar to like a flash drive or something.
Yeah, I mean, you start looking around, poking around in here. You find some various tools. There's probably different kinds of bolt drivers, wrenches, things like that. You might even find like wiring kits, maybe even like a welding tool or something. I don't think you find anything working that could be a hard drive. You might find a few former hard drives or storage units that are like taken apart for parts. It's like some old broken ones or something. Nothing that would appear to be like currently in use to store data. Like just looking around. Make a roll.
I'd like to make a memory.
Okay. Do you know what the memory would be?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Do you know what the skill would be?
Probably perception.
Okay.
It'd just be a +1.
All right. You do find something odd. You find a cable that looks fairly new, particularly on the like connectors. It's not a very long cable. It's probably only like 3 to 4 feet long. However, the thing that jumps out at you is the bit where it connects and the shape of it. You've seen it before.
It's a familiar connector, isn't it?
Yeah, it plugs into the back of your neck.
Liz?
Yeah.
She's gonna hold up and show her the cable.
Confiscate it.
Oh yeah.
It's probably like
One-
tucked under her sleeping bag or something. It's where you find it.
I want to test out a theory. Can I see that for a moment?
He tosses it over to Liz. But I have added it to my inventory, so you can't keep it.
Liz is gonna shove it into the back of her neck
Okay.
and see if anything happens.
I mean, you feel this uncomfortable sensation in the back, like when you plug it in. Nothing happens. You don't get any like flash memory or anything, but the other end isn't connected to anything.
Narcissa like yanks it out of her neck and like start to lay it into her. Like, that was a stupid move. What if it had been plugged into something? You don't know what it could have done to you.
That's the point. I want to see if her memories are stored in there.
It's not plugged. It like she waves the other end like right in front of like Liz's nose.
Yes,
like
we
it
need
wasn't
to
plugged
find
into
something
anything
else.
Yeah,
we
the
need
other
to
end.
find something else to plug it in.
The other end of the connector is like this universe's equivalent for like a USB-C, you know? Like it's a universal to connect to like a lot of devices.
What if plugging into an empty port had hurt you?
She's gonna point to her eye. I've had worse.
That's not the point. That is the past. This is now.
We need these answers.
I don't know what he's taught you. I don't care what he's taught you. You need to unlearn all of it. You are not his toy. You are not his pet. You are on this team. You are a human being. Am I clear?
Gonna tilt her head to the side for a moment. Just kind of trying desperately to remember what it was like when she was normal like everyone else. And then she just kind of zones out for a minute.
Do you have any memory like that, Liz?
Ooh, oh please. If I do, it's on my first page. The closest thing I have for this is response to unknown, and what that memory specifically is I remember dreaming. The dreams felt out of this world. I saw people's faces I have never seen before, and yet I felt like I knew them. I soon wake up and see the face posted on a screen before me. A wire was connected to the back of my neck, and I see someone next to me in a chair. They too had a wire sticking out of their neck. I could feel the energy pulses between myself and this person. All I can think is, what is happening?
Okay. So
That's the closest I got.
maybe we get like a brief like flashback to that specific memory. Maybe make a normal roll.
Like just straight.
Yeah. Unless you got any skills that would help you with this, with like remembering. I don't think you really do.
I don't think I do.
You can always. Okay, cool. Savvy success. Count it. So yeah, we see you like back in that memory. Maybe the memory keeps going longer this time, as you're almost like reliving it, and maybe we see you like reach out to the person in this chair next to you, and you like touch their arm or their hand or something, and it's cold. And like a bit stiffer than you might expect. And they're also just like staring blankly at the ceiling, like they don't react to your touch at all. And we see you like lean up in the chair to kind of like get a better look at them because you're like set uneasy. And as you do, you see the other like half of their face that was like on the other, facing away from you, and it's all robot metal. There's no skin on it. You can even see like inside its head, and there's just like chips and computer chips and stuff like that. You like crystallized computer chips, like made out of a strange like crystal or quartz material. And it's just like staring blankly up at the ceiling, expressionless. And I think that's where the memory ends this time.
I almost want to say that this memory is so like lucid that she might mistake like Narsissa to be the other person. So she's like possibly like reaching out to touch her arm and is just blankly staring.
Yeah, I like that. Like we cut back to the scene after you've experienced the memory, and you're like, maybe you're touching Narsissa the same way you were touching the person in the chair next to you.
Narsissa would see that she is clearly afraid.
Narsissa, make a perception check.
Do you see it?
Or
oh god.
Critical success. Okay, so Narsissa, like you're looking at her face this whole time, right? And you see this light, there's something that happens with her eyes. You see almost like a glare across her eyes for a second. You're pretty positive, like you know enough about vagabonds. We've heard you talking about habitats and everything. You're pretty sure she just had a remembrance.
I'm gonna, as she's like reaching out and grabbing me and stuff, I'm gonna like gently take her hand, intertwine my fingers with it, kind of thing, like just kind of like in a silent, like I am here, I am real, and let her come out of it on her own.
I do think that at the end of it, she will essentially end up pulling Narsissa closer, into a hug. And just like with her non-robotic eye, like a tear sheds. But that's like the most of it for now, because that's the most she has felt in a long time.
Narsissa would at first be like, while she's like pulling her in, like, oh god, is she gonna kill me? But once she realizes it's a hug her back. Just wait for Liz to calm down.
Okay.
After like 30 seconds or so, she'll step back and just simply be like, so what do you think we should do with this?
First, are you okay? And like her hands are on her cheeks to make sure that she can't look away from her.
For now, yes. We have other problems to talk about. We can talk about this later.
Okay. We take the cord. We go to the others. The only other place I can think of her having it is on her.
Fair enough. After you. And she's gonna let you go out of the place first because she needs to tell the door to close and lock itself.
But hey, one thing you should know. There's one thing Silas has always been wrong about. And she's like in the doorway as she's saying this.
She tilts her head a little bit. What's that?
We're more than our memories. And then she's gonna walk out.
Yeah.
Liz will follow, and then after they're both out, Liz will politely ask the door to close and lock itself.
Yeah, the door closes and you hear the lock mechanism engage.
And she gives the door a little gentle pat.
There's no reaction from the door.
And off we go.
All right.
Yep.
Now it is midnight Central Time, as it's 1 a.m. your time, Caitlin. Is it a good time to call it here?
Yeah. Or at least for me.
Unfortunately, yeah, I also work tomorrow.
Okie dokie.
I'm
Well,
sorry, guys.
No problem.
It's okay.
So next time
You
we'll pick
good?
up with Barum, Dank,
Gerb.
Dis, and Enigma going to the to meet up with Uprata, the engineer, I reckon.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good.
I'll make a note. Okay, make sure you guys take a memory point and influence point for surviving the session. If you get any points for following your beacon, make sure you award yourself those points. Thank you guys for playing this week. You guys did awesome. Good job. As always, looking forward to next game. Thank you guys for watching. Just a couple quick shout outs. You can join the public Discord. It's free. You can see memes, like all the crazy memes that got posted in the Chaos channel tonight. Here's the links there. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description below. You can also head over to, I forgot to shout this one out at the beginning of the episode. Head over to buymeacoffee.com/brokendank and make sure our murder hobo is fueled up with NOS. There's the link for that. You can head over to twitter.com/sketchingspace to give Gerblin a follow and check out cool arts. Here's the links for that. And of course, if you want to see art for Cassidy Williams, Narsissa, and other stuff, you can head over to Joanne's pages, Instagram, TikTok, Coffee, and x.com/aceofwands, aceofwands01 on X. And you can say hi to Joanne on Mondays for a Flush D&D game. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys all have a fantastic week. Thank you guys for playing. We'll be back with some Forward's Flesh Monday, I believe. And everybody good for Broken next week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys for playing. Everybody have a great night. Great week.
And remember, don't plug mystery cables into the back of your neck.
That's how you get ants.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.